and welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor and today is a little bit of a different video. This is kind of going more with my goal setting and trying to change my life sort of stuff. So if you watched my ideas for New Year's resolutions and my New Year's resolutions video, this video is gonna kind of go along with those. So I'm gonna talk about how my year is going so far and then where I am going from here. As I am making this video, it is March 22nd, 2024, and I am so happy with how 2024 is going so far. I feel like I've really been sticking to my goals. The only one that hasn't quite stuck as well as I would like it to is the working out 3 times a week, but things are slowly changing around here and I'm going to have to start taking that more seriously, and we'll talk about why in just a little bit. It's nothing serious, but I have decided to kind of do a few more things. I never try to restrict myself, but sometimes I have to exercise a little bit more self-control than maybe I normally give myself. I guess we're just gonna jump right into it. So this year started out so, not bland, but kind of. Life got so monotonous so quickly, and during that time I really turned to making videos, and I think I was making videos almost too fast for me to keep up, and I don't need to post every day. I've decided that I'm going to be doing a Monday, Wednesday, Friday upload schedule with sometimes some Saturday videos, and that's, I think, what's going to be best for me, and I'm really excited to get more into that schedule. I've also decided that I want to be doing more solely crochet content and maybe only doing around 3 book videos a month. I like talking about reading, but I think I want to take more time with those videos and give them more of what they deserve, and maybe deep diving more into different genres rather than just talking about what I'm reading and what I want to read. I want to talk more about crochet, which is why I started this channel. I want to keep putting out podcast episodes, and I want to focus more on making tutorials, especially as I'm going to be working more on some intricate projects, I guess we could say. So that's kind of where I'm going channel-wise. So then March hit, and I had to go to Chicago for work, and I also took a little vacation and went down to see my friend while she was working in Louisiana, and we went to New Orleans, and it was so much fun. Just such a much needed break. I feel rejuvenated and reinvigorated for life, I guess. I know that a lot of people feel that way after vacation, and I'm glad that I got that too. I just feel rested. I'm ready to dive back into, this sort of work, my day job work. It's just all so nice. And on Thursday, we also got tickets for Lollapalooza in Chicago this August. I know a lot of music festivals, they do camping and different things like that. There's not really anywhere to camp in Chicago like that. So we did get a hotel for 5 days, and it ended up being quite a lot of money. I plan on making a few lifestyle changes to help me cut costs so that I can afford this trip. This isn't me being I'm broke or anything like that. This is me trying to save to do the things that I want. And I made a list in my journal the other day of things that make me happy, and not one of those things was the instant gratification of buying things. And I think that is something that maybe I didn't think about enough, because I do like buying books and I do like buying yarn, but that in the long run doesn't bring me long-term happiness. Granted, so I wanted this yarn, let's take this sweater for example. I wanted this yarn so bad, and now I have made this top, and now I can enjoy and love this top forever, and that brings me a lot of joy. So finishing projects brings me a lot of joy. Finishing books brings me a lot of joy. And I know that stashing down and having more room in my bedroom will probably bring me joy. It also will help keep more money in my bank account. In terms of buying, I'm going to have to finish 7 skeins of yarn for every 1 skein I want to buy. And I have to finish 3 of my physical books to buy 1 new physical book. And I am going to try, emphasis on try, to save up as many like skeins and books so that I could do a haul around my birthday, and my birthday is on November 8th. I was already kind of like playing around with this idea before, and this idea actually comes from a booktuber, Jesse the Reader. He's super big on like booktube, and he was like, I need to finish more of my physical books, so I'm doing 2 to 1. And I did start with doing that, but I was like, I just have so many books. I also have Kindle Unlimited and stuff, and I like to check out audiobooks, so sometimes it's not always my physical books that I'm reading, so I was like, I need to push myself a little bit harder, so I'm doing a 3 to 1. And that's finishing new books, not rereads. Rereads do not count for me on that one. I'm also trying really hard not to buy anything extra. So for me, that would mean extra lip products or blushes or body washes. You know, things that I already have that I need to use. And when I finish those, and I finish all of them, then I can buy something new. I'm trying to keep really close lists on things that I do need, and then like not buying the rest. So like, for example, I have so many body sprays. I really, really like the new Finery ones at Target. I have so many of the body sprays. I don't need any more. Even though I really want more, I don't need it. So, you know, that's something that I'm trying not to spend money on. My best friend and I like to go out to eat sometimes, but we're trying to not DoorDash and only eat out 1 time a week. And so I said we should do 1 fast food a week and 1 sit down a week. We're trying to use more like do more free activities. So we live in an area where there's like a ton of hiking. Granted, the weather isn't very permitting of that right now, but we do plan on like hiking a lot more this summer. We pay a lot of money to be in the apartment that we're in, and there's actually a free gym that's available to us. So instead of paying for a gym membership, using that, I did buy like a couple of dumbbells, and I got a new yoga mat for Christmas. So like using those to do at-home workouts. And then also using the library when I'm like kind of feeling that inkling like, oh, I kind of like want a book. Going to the library, I've realized, also satisfies that little itch for me of like wanting to buy a book, because at least the libraries around here, the Rapid City Library, I've noticed has like new books pretty soon after they release. So like going, checking them out and bringing them home, but then I get to bring them back. Like they're not a permanent staple in my home. So going grocery shopping 1 time a week helps cut costs down, because then you're buying what you need and it doesn't end up being like a $300 grocery haul. At least for me, I end up putting off grocery shopping for like weeks on end, and then I go and I spend $300. And yeah, sure, maybe it adds up over time, but I don't know why, it just like makes more sense in my brain. If I grocery shop 1 time a week, it'll be better. Filling up my gas when it gets to half a tank rather than a quarter of a tank. I'm trying to use my budget planner. I do have one, and you could just like fill in the days. It is something I genuinely want to start doing. I'm not really spending money as willy-nilly as I used to, but I do think like knowing where all your money is going is really important. So using my budget planner, I'm gonna start in April, which I know is in like a week, but that's what we're gonna do. Using coupons, gift cards, and loyalty points whenever possible. I'm not like a big couponer, but I know that I have like gift cards that I could be better about like remembering to grab. Like if we want ice cream, I have a Dairy Queen gift card, that sort of thing. Trying to thrift what we can if we do need anything. I know that I really don't need anything for my wardrobe, but you never know what could happen. Something could get ruined in the wash, or my pants could rip. I had that happen 1 time. So those sort of things. No DoorDash, and buying pops or energy drinks in bulk, because there's a gas station right up the hill from where I live. So close, and I can just go and get Alani's and my Dr. Pepper cream sodas whenever I want. I need to buy those in bulk. So then in terms of working out, going to New Orleans, I realized we partied for like 2 nights and my body was so physically sore. And I know that I'm not like crazy out of shape, but clearly I need to get my endurance up. I need to work my muscles more. I work a very like stationary job at a desk, And I can't just continue to live that life and expect, you know, my body to be able to keep up with me as it has been now. So I'm trying to do a 2 days on, 1 day off, and on the 1 day off I want to stretch or do some sort of yoga. But then the 2 days on I want to do incline, cardio, and then some sort of circuit. I do have this composition notebook where I just write down daily like what I did to work out and then like the circuit that I did. If you guys are interested, I can like write them up on a PDF or something. I mostly find things on Pinterest and then I just like write them down from there. I try not to do anything too crazy. I've noticed that working out is also a really good time to like listen to audiobooks, mostly on like treadmill time. So I'll do that. I really don't have any interest in running. I know that running has become kind of the new thing right now. It's interesting how different workouts and sports and stuff cycle through so quickly. Like for so long it's been the Pilates princess and low impact working out, and now everyone's super into running and marathon training. I mean, everything is a cycle. I've never been into running though. Ever. I've never been into running. So maybe I'll eat my words. Maybe I'll fall to it too, but I like doing incline on the treadmill because it gets my heart rate up. My legs definitely feel it, and I get all sorts of like sweaty and like limber. And the last thing I guess I'll talk about, because I feel like I've been rambling. There wasn't really, what's the word? I didn't have a cohesive schedule or I didn't have a cohesive script for this video, and I hope that people can, I always say on the internet, like take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I am not a life coach. I am not a financial advisor. I am just a 26-year-old woman who works a day job and likes to content create on the side and just needs to save a little bit of money so that she can go do the festival that she wants to do this year. So like that's where I'm coming from. I'm just a girl. Anyway, so this last thing that I will tell you about is me and my best friend, we were like, we are going to change our lives this year. And we have done nothing but do that, even though it is only not even April. I am like so happy. The biggest piece of advice I can tell you is like, be so Delulu. But we got these, we just like grabbed notebooks that we already had and we made 2024 notebooks. So these lists, it's just a book of lists, are different things that like we want in our life. So we made one for friend hangout ideas and like aspirations and some goal purchases that we want to do. So like for me, I really want to get a good air purifier since I do have a cat. And I want to get the Shark Flex style hairdryer because I have the Revlon One Styler. And I've had her for a couple years and something in the cord is making her not work half the time. So I did make a list of ways to cut costs and an entire Lollapalooza prep thing. So that includes things like researching tips and tricks on TikTok and YouTube, airfare, taking the days that we need to off of work. I've already talked to my boss, but like starting a good workout routine so that I can do 4 days at a festival and not die. You know what I mean? It's those different things. And then also one list that like I've decided to kind of put in there are things that I expect out of relationships and things that I expect out of friendships. Both of which are things that, you know, everyone is so different on. And I think knowing or at least being able to write down what you want, and things can always change. You can always change your mind. But just like writing it down can kind of help conceptualize it more in your brain, and then maybe you look a little bit closer at people when they tell you who they are. You know, you're less likely to make excuses for bad behavior that way. I also still am not dating really. Especially with getting these tickets, I don't have the time to date, and now with the financial investment that going to Lollapalooza is, I don't have the money to date, and I don't think that it's fair to go on a date and fully expect someone else to financially front it, especially after, you know, a couple of dates. So that's just a me thing. That's what I'm deciding to do for myself and my life. But yeah, I hope some of these tips and tricks helped you guys out. Let me know what your big goals for 2024 are and, you know, how they're going. Like, I think that so much buzz is around the beginning of the year, but we never check back in with our goals. Like, we write them down, we work on them for a week, and then we're like, whatever. I've been victim of it too. This is the first year that I'm like, wow, I am actively taking a role in my life, and it feels so good, and I want that for all of you guys too. Let me know if you guys liked this video. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more fiber related content, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.